I am your host, Keisha Lancelin. Thanks so much for tuning in to today's episode. In our first segment, we're going to talk a little bit about art and culture. If you're a fan of the show, you know how I feel about art and culture. And we have some new things to tell you about the Georgia Symphony Orchestra. I'm here with conductor Michael Alexander. Michael, thanks for coming on the show.
Good to be here.
How exciting is this? A lot of changes going on. Tell me a little bit about your experience with the orchestra.
This is my 7th year with the orchestra, and it's really an amazing thing. We're calling it the sort of the homegrown Georgia Symphony Orchestra. It began 60 years ago, actually. Wow. So it's a very old arts organization, and has evolved through several name changes, and now to the Georgia Symphony Orchestra as of last week, actually.
How nice is that? Now, tell me a little bit about, because part of my love of the culture and the arts are things that I was learned as, I was taught as a child. Mm-hmm. Coming up, I went to a performing arts high school, those kind of things. Mm-hmm. And our kids now don't have those type of opportunities. Tell us a little bit about how we can introduce children to the orchestra.
Well, it's actually one of the reasons why we changed the name, actually, is because we do an enormous amount of outreach. We run the Georgia Youth Symphony Orchestra, yep. Which is about 400 students that make music with us once a week. We also run for the Georgia Center for the Arts, which is a private lesson program that we do for students. Mm-hmm. And it's very important to us, even the entire organization, even in the concerts that we give with the Georgia Symphony Orchestra, are very interactive and are very welcoming to people who are new to seeing a symphony. So we try to break down any barriers that people might feel are in place before they would go to a classical concert. Cool. So we sort of present high art, but we do it in a way that's welcoming to anybody.
Nice. Now, can we learn more about those programs on your website?
You can, georgiasymphony.org, and there's all kinds of neat things on the website, actually, that allow you to sort of see what we do and how we do it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, is there a season for the orchestra? You know what I mean? Like there's a football season, there's a basketball season. Is there a season for the orchestra?
There is. We actually just finished our season this past year, and we're getting ready now for 2011, 2012.
Okay.
And, it sort of runs that way. We typically do concerts over the summer, which we're getting ready to start doing in a few months, and around July 4th. And then, there's a kind of a rhythm to the year, just like in a sports season, I guess.
Exactly.
It works the same way. Yeah.
Very nice. So if a parent were interested in introducing their child to the orchestra, to classical music, this might be a good time to start getting revved up and learning a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, one of the things that we always like to try to tell people is that it's you really don't have to do that much homework even before you come. Okay. So, if any. So, if you're curious and you have a love for the arts, I think one of the things that we strive to do is to be sort of a gateway organization for people who maybe you're not sure, maybe don't have much experience with it, but come. And one of our great successes that we feel is that someone comes to a Georgia Symphony Orchestra concert and then decides they want to go to the High Museum or decides they want to do something else involved in the arts.
Exactly, really nice. But you guys are, the name change has happened and it's official.
It's official.
But you guys are still in Cobb County. Like, where do we go to see you guys perform?
It's the Murray Arts Center, which is in Cobb's a beautiful facility. And it's also, we're very lucky with it because it's a little over 600 seats, and so you get a very up-close perspective from the orchestra. And the orchestra also, we go out of our way to make sure that we're very interactive, so the musicians before and after the concert interact with the audience. Nice. And we have question and answer sessions. We do all kinds of stuff to be able to really involve the audience in what we're doing and get them excited about classical music and the arts.